Join us on a virtual tour of the Georgia Sea Turtle Center on Jekyll Island. We'll explore the fascinating world of sea turtles and learn about their conservation efforts. Get ready to be amazed by these incredible creatures and the important work being done to protect them. If you're planning on a visit to Jekyll Island, this video will give you a sneak peek of what to expect. Upon arriving at Jekyll Island, we are greeted at the parking lot with a $10 toll. This allows you to enter the island and park at different locations throughout the island. We arrived just before 9 a.m., so we took a stroll around the area around the Georgia Sea Turtle Center. We are checking out Jekyll Island today, and Georgia Sea Turtle
Rehabilitation Hospital.
Rehabilitation Center.
We're gonna eat sea turtle.
No, that is not what's happening.
Oh, if you know, you know. Kind of fun on the drive kind of over to the island. There's signs everywhere that says Terrapin crossing. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. The center is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and admission is $9 per adult.
Interesting, they put you through the gift shop first.
I assume you exit through the gift shop as well.
I would assume. You can adopt a sea turtle.
I don't think that means you can take it home.
Oh.
I think they care for it. You enter into the gift shop and then make your way into the education center.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. The 5 types of sea turtles found in Georgia are hawksbill, Kemp's Ripley, leatherback, green, and the loggerhead. What's this?
You have to get the turtle to the beach. I did it.
Oh, and then it starts all over again. Got it. Does it
Oh,
say you
I
how to
see.
do it?
You're supposed to avoid all these little things. Because that's a house, and that's like natural predator. And that's
Got
like
it.
a beach towel. I see.
Sea turtles return to the same beaches for their nesting every year. Most female sea turtles return to the same beach each time that they are ready to nest. They may even construct their new body pit and nest a few yards away from the location of their previous one. The loggerhead sea turtle is the most common species of a nesting sea turtle in the state of Georgia. And so far this year, Georgia has over 1,000 reported loggerhead sea turtle nests. Oh, it's showing it on the screen too. Once we finished touring their exhibit, we noticed a door that leads to the Rehabilitation Pavilion. I highly recommend you going to the Rehabilitation Pavilion because we got to see so many turtles and find out so much more information by talking to a couple of the staff members. This is definitely a good experience on top of what they have in the education center.
His name is Pelican.
That's funny. Oh, there he is. Oh, so the next guy over, it's empty because they released him.
Oh, that's kind of cool. See if he puts his head up again. There it comes.
Ah! Oh. That is a big one. Olivine.
You know, I keep bringing on these things. A lot of them have big ones. You only leave them when they come in like that.
Just depends. So it depends on what species of turtle we're looking at and what's wrong with them. Some species, like loggerheads, have extremely high tolerances for the amount of stuff that lives on them. out in the wild, a healthy turtle is actually known for having a whole ecosystem living on their shell. So it's not necessarily a bad thing in every case. Whereas at Kemp's Ridley sea turtle, they have a pretty low tolerance for the amount of stuff on them. So if we did see a Kemp's Ridley completely covered in barnacles, more than likely at some point during their stay, we would remove those.
So they must not stay long because a lot of them have been here just like this year.
Well, I didn't see the date on the last one, on this one on this side. He had fish hooks in his esophagus.
Yeah, May 24th, 2024.
Oh. What's the average length of time a sea turtle stays here?
Yeah, so usually that average falls somewhere between 6 months to a year.
Okay.
So, since we're dealing with reptiles, they're known as slow, right? You
Yeah.
probably have heard many times, turtles are slow. Usually has nothing to do with their physical speed, but everything to do with the speed of how things move in their bodies. So they have really slow metabolic rates, heart rates, respiratory rates, but all of that makes for a pretty slow healing rate as well. So obviously it depends on how severe were their injuries, were there any complications in the treatment, and that will all go into how long they stay here. But usually we're looking at that half a year to a full year time span.
So like for is it olivine? Like with the surgeries, I would assume that that's probably a longer recovery because of the
Exactly,
surgery.
yeah. So it's quintet over here.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. And yeah, so quintet's definitely going to be a long-term patient. Right now, a couple weeks ago, we were able to successfully get out 3 out of the 5 fish hooks. I believe it's later this week that we're doing another surgery to try to get the last 2 fish hooks out. And so anytime you have surgeries involved or broken parts of shells, all of that is definitely patients that stay closer to that at least a year mark.
Okay. When they're found, are they found like on the beaches moving around and it's
Yeah,
clear that
so
there's some kind of issue?
typically what we see is an injured or sick sea turtle. One of the first things they lose control of out in the wild is how they float. So they just float up to the surface of the water and then they eventually wash ashore. So usually people going on their morning walk on the beach or anything like that, they're just walking along and they come across a turtle that looks dead, honestly, and they're just kind of sitting there. In sea turtle world, the one and only time you should see a turtle on land is when they're an adult female coming up to lay her eggs.
Yep.
Outside of that, a turtle on the beach is a huge red flag, and there's probably something wrong with that animal. So, here in Georgia, we're very fortunate that we have a really close relationship with our Department of Natural Resources, and they actually run a stranding hotline for sea turtles and marine mammals. It's a very easy number to remember: 1-800-2-SAVE ME. So, if you are out and about and you come across a turtle, you can give that a call, and they'll kind of walk you through the steps of if you need to do anything in that case, or they're going to have somebody come out and meet you.
So do you know how much olivine weighs? I think that's who that is. Like roughly?
Olivine's last weigh-in was 34 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It looks way bigger.
They look bigger, but they're still pretty small, especially for their species. All these guys on this side of the walkway, they're green sea turtles. When green sea turtles are full-grown adult, they'll be somewhere between 300 to 500 pounds.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they're still a pretty young animal.
Okay.
Looks like they're getting ready to feed these.
I think it's right here, right?
Oh, no, they're in there.
Oh,
I can see one popping out.
I see. There's a
If you
little
come over
bitty.
this side.
Number 82. Number 18.
You don't think it's 81 and 82?
No. Yeah, they just got hurt. See, she's eating the lettuce on the bottom. Uh-oh. After touring the turtle hospital, we walked inside the education facility where they were preparing a gopher tortoise for surgery.
What's really interesting about the Georgia sea turtle center is that even though sea turtle is in our name, we actually get to take care of all sorts of animals, including other types of turtles, like this gopher tortoise. Gopher tortoises are really common in the sandhills of Georgia. In fact, this is our state reptile. Unfortunately though, our turtles, especially in our warmer seasons, are on the move. When it's nice and toasty outside, these turtles are moving about, foraging and nesting, and just generally are a lot more active than other times of year. And this little gopher tortoise, unfortunately, has a fracture on the top of its shell. And we're not 100% sure, but we think this turtle was hit by a car. We see a lot of car strike cases every year, and especially in our summer months. Crossvine has been given some sleeping medicine, so it's nice and relaxed and quiet in preparation for surgery. We just recently took this turtle to CT so we could get a better image of what's going on the inside. And what's really interesting here is that we don't actually have a CT machine. We have to rely on other folks to donate their equipment for us to be able to get those images. So we have a human facility in town that lets us come in after hours and take our turtle CTs after all the human patients have been seen. That's a pretty cool relationship that we have. So it really does take a whole village to help support turtle conservation here.
After watching this video, if you're interested in helping the sea turtles, there are a few things that you can do. 1, properly dispose of your litter, reduce plastic, and use reuse materials when possible. If you do see a sea turtle on the beach in the state of Georgia, call 1-800-2-SAVE-ME. 3, use red lights when you're on the beach at night or in low light areas. And 4, considering visiting and or donating to the Georgia Sea Turtle Center to help continue their efforts in researching, saving, and rehabilitating sea turtles. If you would like to donate supplies to the Georgia Sea Turtle Center, I will link a couple of their Amazon wish lists in the description. Did you see all the little turtle prints?
No way.
Look, all these.
Are
That's
those
what
turtle prints?
That's what they were showing in the thing.
You think they're all underneath here?
Probably. But they say you can't go in the sand dunes. Alright, well, I've been living in sand for 5 weeks, so I figured, what's one more day? Interestingly enough, on the way out, there was a van, like a rescue van, so I don't know if they found a turtle or were looking for turtles, but anyway, it's kind of neat. We hope you enjoyed this video of Jekyll Island and learning more about sea turtles, specifically the ones in the state of Georgia. Thanks for watching.